everyone, welcome to Girls STEMpede. Our guest today is Jordyn Chuhaloff, a Senior Frontend Engineer at Stellar Development Foundation, a crypto startup company. Hi Jordyn, thank you for being here today.
Hi, thanks. It's
Before we
nice
get,
to be here.
before we get into our actual questions, I wanted to ask you an icebreaker. If you could meet
Okay.
any female in STEM from history, who would it be and why?
Okay. Any female from history in STEM, I would say probably Grace Hopper. She supposedly, I mean, she's done a lot of, not supposedly, she's done a lot of really cool things. So she's invented the first compiler and also like helped develop the first high level programming languages, which like previously to that, all the languages would have been very mathy, not very user friendly to read, but the type that she was kind of like on the forefront of are more the kind that I would be working with today. I really appreciate that because I feel like it just opened up a lot of accessibility in tech to people who don't think in math necessarily. So I think she's cool. And she also, fun fact, found the first bug in code, which actually turned out to literally be a bug inside of her computer. It was like a moth was stuck in there. So she coined that term like bug and also debug. So I think she's very interesting.
I think it's so great that she was able to create a language that was easier to understand that wasn't as mathy because I've done a little bit of coding and I've done like JavaScript and stuff. And if it was anything that was more complex than that or more math related, I would not be able to understand it. So that's very cool. So could you first start by telling me briefly what you do at Stellar Development and could you take us through your typical day? So what's your favorite part, your least favorite part, etc.?
I am on a team. They're called Vibrant. So it's sort of like a sub team within the company. The company has crypto network that we're sort of like maintaining, taking care of, also building new projects on. So I'm on a team that's like building a new project, which it's sort of cool because I think crypto is a generally relatively new space and like people don't necessarily know what to do with it yet. So there's a lot of experimental projects going on and like trying to find real world use cases. I am building a mobile app and we're using React Native, which means that it'll build for both Android and iOS. Although most of our users are in Argentina and they are mostly Android, because I think outside the US it is a lot Android. So my typical day would be maybe like meetings in the morning. We sometimes have check-ins. I've recently become a team lead. So that's like literally just starting like this past week or so. So my day is kind of changing into a bit more meetings, more talking to the product people and the design team and like sort of giving them the kind of just like the background of like what the technical side of the app means for like the new projects that come up and like what pitfalls or like how long things are going to take and then also coding. So more the second half of the day is usually just spent like heads down coding, reviewing other people's code, and yeah, that's mostly what I do.
What's your like language of choice for coding? Like which do you usually use the most?
Right now it's React Native, which is JavaScript, basically just like a framework. That's what I've been using now, but I've also used Ruby in the past when I was a backend engineer, and I've used Python when I was first learning. And I think those are also really good languages for beginners because they are very like, I don't know, Englishy or like user friendly, where you sort of are, even as like a non-engineer, you could look and read the code and sort of know like what it's trying to do. So I really love those, but I'm also very happy right now with React Native.
And what exactly is the app that you're creating? What's its job? What does it do?
It's an app to help people in Argentina save money in a currency that is not their local currency, because their local currency is like experiencing a lot of problems due to like some government decisions like 10 or so years ago. So they've got a lot of like devaluation going on, and supposedly people are just like trying to buy US dollars, keeping money under the bed. Like there's all kinds of craziness going on. And so this is an app where you could put in your Argentinian pesos and you would convert it into USDC, which is a US dollar backed like stable coin. So it's sort of like you're keeping US dollars, but it's like this crypto version. And so it's just like cool because it's giving people that wouldn't necessarily have access to this access. And if all goes well in Argentina, like it could be extendable to other countries that also have similar problems. So I think it's pretty cool.